Before you can launch SharePoint Designer 2010, you need to download and install it. SharePoint Designer is free from Microsoft. This is a change from some prior version. So simply go to Google or to Bing and choose SharePoint Designer 2010, and the very first things that will come up will be the download. When you download SharePoint Designer, there are two different versions. There's actually a 32-bit version, as you see here, and a 64-bit version. The choice of 32-bit or 64-bit is not based on the capacity of your machine. You should instead choose the version that matches the version of Microsoft Office 2010 installed on your machine. For example, on my desktop, I have a 64-bit computer, but I have Office 2010 32-bit installed, so I would need to install SharePoint Designer 32-bit. SharePoint Designer itself is also very specific to the version of SharePoint, so you'll want to make sure that if you are using SharePoint 2010, you use SharePoint Designer 2010. If you need to work on SharePoint 2007 sites, you will need SharePoint Designer 2007. And if you need to be able to use both, if you're doing workflows for two different types of sites, then you'll want to search in Bing or Google for specific instructions on installing both versions on the single computer if you need to do that. So simply go download the software that you need, and you'll be able to install it. Here's the 32-bit version. Download it, follow the installation instructions, and then join me in the next movie so you can see how we're going to open a SharePoint site, list, or library in SharePoint Designer.